Giving me an up-close and personal view. And welcome back. You are watching the Joanne Powell Show. I am Joanne. We are on the World Center of Broadcast Media, WCOBM.TV, Hollywood. We are talking immigration. It is something that is a hot topic right now, especially in light of President Trump's executive order. Joining me now are two immigration attorneys, Lisa Ramirez, who is a partner at U.S. Immigration Law Group in Orange County in Santa Ana, and also Roger Ponce, who is with Ponce Law Group in Los Angeles. Before the break, we were talking about the rights that people have. There are about 11 million undocumented people in this country, lots of different races and nationalities. And one thing that we were talking about, they do have rights, especially if ICE agents come to their home. What should they know?
I think first and foremost is that if they don't have a warrant to enter your home, there's a difference between an arrest warrant and a search warrant. And if they don't have a warrant to enter your home, they cannot enter your home unless you let them in. So I think the most practical thing you can do, and I know that in that moment, fear often takes over, but people need to remember you have a right to ask to see the warrant. I would politely tell one of these ICE officers, slip the warrant under the door, review the warrant. If you're not the named individual, slip it right back. And even if you are the named individual, they cannot again enter your home until you give them permission to do so. If they don't have a search warrant. And quite frankly, in my experience, I have never ever seen an ICE agency or an ICE agent bring a search warrant to enter your home. So 9 times out of 10, it's because people let them into the home.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think in addition, similar with local law enforcement, you have the right to remain silent.
Absolutely.
If you're approached on the street by an ICE agent, because we know that they randomly pick up people here and there, they may ask your name. I generally tell people it's probably not a problem to give your name. If you're going to give a name, make sure it's your legal name. Don't make one up, because that will get you in big trouble. But you don't need to ask them in terms of, if they ask you where you were born, do you have papers? You don't need to answer any other questions. You have that right.
Because remember, they need probable cause to arrest you, and that probable cause has got to lead them to presume that there's got to be something more than just the color of your skin, your accent, or whatever it may be that indicates to them that you're here somehow undocumented or in some way, shape, or form a non-citizen. And so the minute they start asking you these questions, these are absolutely self-incriminating questions, and you have a right to have an attorney. I can assure you that whatever agency is interviewing you, they're going to arrest you whether they're going to arrest you. You just make their job much easier by giving them this incriminating information without inputting your right or saying, I want to speak to an attorney.
Yeah, and once you volunteer that information, you can't get it
There's
back.
no unringing the bell.
Okay, and then off camera we were talking about sometimes they could be coming for someone else. And if you open the door, they're like, well, who are you? And where's your papers? So that just kind of opens up a can of worms that you just weren't planning on that day.
Yeah, I would say a lot of people, because they move frequently, if they have documentation looking for someone, that was their last address. And that person may no longer live there. Once they open the door and the person volunteers information, them and everybody else in that home or apartment, then once they have that information, they're obligated to enforce our laws. And so they will apprehend those individuals, typically detain them, and then begin the process of removing them from the country if they're here without documentation.
Which I think leads us back to the 2 points we made previous in the 2 segments, which is have a plan, right, and know your rights. Because I think in those moments, fear absolutely overtakes a situation, and if you don't know your rights, you're going to forget things like, oh yes, you have a right to an attorney, and that's very important.
And I think the other important thing, I think I do want to communicate a message of hope that if you don't have criminal convictions and you haven't been removed previously, unless you volunteer information, you are not going to be a target or a priority, even for this administration at this point, right? Okay, so setting apart those individuals from those 7 countries who have already been declared a target in the sense that they're being watched carefully. Apart from those 7 countries, I don't think our ordinary immigrant really has much to be concerned about. So just, make sure you don't get into trouble. And again, if you are in trouble, you still have rights and you can go before a judge. So.
And there was one thing that we were talking about the priority enforcement, that there's a little bit there's a difference now. Before,
Yes.
back in the Bush administration, now it's not so much conviction, it's an arrest if you've been arrested.
Right. And I will again highlight Lisa's point, which is, I mean, it's like, I guess it would be mom's rule, which is don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
But, because I think that's the safest route. But the problem with the way I think this administration is rolling out this quote unquote criminal alien description is that it no longer takes a conviction to have you be categorized as a criminal alien. A simple arrest can do that, and that's real problematic.
Whether it's jaywalking,
right, or a DUI, or attempted murder. We always presume it's the
Yeah.
worst, but it can be something as simple as somebody protesting.
Yes.
But I'm going to say as a practical matter, because I felt like we've been down this road again, when 287G, which is the law that allows federal law enforcement to cooperate with local law enforcement, first came into play. The city of Anaheim, which is, my next door neighbor, was the first city in the United States to implement the 287G. I was very involved in the conversation with our local law enforcement, with ICE, and the reality is, even though the executive order may be written as broadly, it wasn't the priority. Did a jaywalker get picked up? I'm sure they did, because inevitably there's going to be those exceptions. But as a general rule, I don't even believe that is the intent of this executive order, that they're really going to be looking for jaywalkers.
Yeah.
I think they really are going to be focusing, but it can be things which people don't think are very serious. DUIs.
Right.
Okay.
DUIs are deal killers in immigration law. And so you think, oh, well, it's just a misdemeanor. It's like, I
Not
understand.
to you.
not anymore. It's much more
Right.
than misdemeanor.
Okay.
And so those but again, that's when you start getting into more serious
Absolutely.
criminal.
Well, that's something to think about. Get that designated driver. That's an easy
Uber.
way.
Oh, no, I mean
Uber.
Lyft.
Yeah, just have an alternative source of transportation.
Yeah, there you go.
So you don't drive.
Yes.
You can still have fun, but just make sure that you are watching everything, because you don't need to be getting into that kind of trouble for your family. I mean, if it's not for you, for your family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the climate has significantly changed. I will tell you, this is probably during the Obama administration, U.S. consulates and embassies are revoking visas for individuals at the point of arrest. So not even a charge, not even a conviction. So we have people on employment-based visas or other types of non-immigrant visas that are here, and under no circumstances can they travel, because they won't be able to come back because their visas have been revoked.
Right.
So criminal matters are very, very serious, and something that you want to do everything in your power to avoid and prevent.
And as a criminal practitioner, I would tell you, it's very important, if you do have immigration issues, or that you're a non-citizen, speaking to a criminal attorney that actually understands or is able to work directly with immigration attorneys is vital and important. Because like she said, and it's very true, a DUI may be seen as, it's just a traffic citation whereby you do some classes and there's no jail time, but the ramifications and consequences it can have on you, depending on what your status is, are incredible. So again, if we're going to do vetting, let's vet our advocates, but be conscious of what you're doing as well, and what you're engaging in, so that you don't put your family at risk.
And I would say on that note, just specific to California, because there are some real opportunities that have been made available to individuals to reopen cases, to try to change some of the underlying charges or sentencing that may be beneficial for them. But it's always important to consult an immigration attorney before you sign the plea deal, before the sentencing, because once it's done, it's really difficult to undo.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us on our show. It's been a lot of good information, I think, that people are taking to heart, and we'll continue this conversation. But thank you again, and we'll have to have you back on the show. We have more time.
Thank you for having us.
You've been watching the Joanne Powell Show. We'll be back here next Wednesday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. Until then, do something nice for someone in need.
If you are an adult that began college and has not finished your college degree, let me put it to you straight. If your lifestyle and your standard of living is not becoming to you, then you should be coming to us, Oakwood University Elite Program. We are the fast, flexible adult degree completion program for the busy adult, like you.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098. It's time to leap.
For years, people have trusted McKay's Family Mortuary. We're part of your community and we'll take care of the details. We offer a variety of memorial services, including sea scattering and cremation. According to the Federal Trade Commission, the average funeral cost is over $9,000. We have complete funeral chapel service starting at only $31.25, casket included. Direct cremation starting at only $9.95. Visit one of our 5 locations and meet our caring and diverse staff. McKay Family Mortuary. Let us be the shoulder to lean on.
Thanks to Oakwood University and the LEAP program, I have now a college degree. So to the Spanish-speaking members of this community who feel that the LEAP program is something you should consider, I would say, ánimo a la universidad. Considere el programa LEAP de Oakwood University.
Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.
Seize the Day Scuba for your best scuba experience above and below the sea. You'll find friendly staff, experienced PADI certified instructors, and state-of-the-art scuba equipment and gear. Join our dive club and we'll help you plan memorable scuba excursions. Immerse yourself. Seize the Day Scuba, serving Southern California. Call 949-220-0500 to create your scuba experience.
When I first started into the program, yes, I had doubts. I was really impressed with Oakwood University, with the faculty and the staff and the student body. It was a really good experience, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who was thinking about going back and finishing their degree.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.
If you are an adult that began college and has not finished your college degree, let me put it to you straight. If your lifestyle and your standard of living is not becoming to you, then you should be coming to us, Oakwood University LEAP program. We are the fast, flexible adult degree completion program for the busy adult, like you.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098. It's time to leap.
For years, people have trusted McKay's Family Mortuary. We're part of your community and we'll take care of the details. We offer a variety of memorial services, including sea scattering and cremation. According to the Federal Trade Commission, the average funeral cost is over $9,000. We have complete funeral chapel service starting at only $31.25, casket included. Direct cremation starting at only $9.95. Visit one of our 5 locations and meet our caring and diverse staff. McKay Family Mortuary. Let us be the shoulder to lean on.
Thanks to Oakwood University and the LEAP program, I have now a college degree. So to the Spanish-speaking members of this community who feel that the LEAP program is something you should consider, I would say, ánimo a la universidad. Considere el programa LEAP de Oakwood University.
Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.
Seize the Day Scuba for your best scuba experience above and below the sea. You'll find friendly staff, experienced PADI certified instructors, and state-of-the-art scuba equipment and gear. Join our dive club and we'll help you plan memorable scuba excursions. Immerse yourself. Seize the Day Scuba, serving Southern California. Call 949-220-0500 to create your scuba experience.
When I first started into the program, yes, I had doubts. I was really impressed with Oakwood University, with the faculty and the staff and the student body. It was a really good experience, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who was thinking about going back and finishing their degree.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.
If you are an adult that began college and has not finished your college degree, let me put it to you straight. If your lifestyle and your standard of living is not becoming to you, then you should be coming to us, Oakwood University LEAP program. We are the fast, flexible adult degree completion program for the busy adult, like you.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098. It's time to leap.
For years, people have trusted McKay's Family Mortuary. We're part of your community and we'll take care of the details. We offer a variety of memorial services, including sea scattering and cremation. According to the Federal Trade Commission, the average funeral cost is over $9,000. We have complete funeral chapel service